and welcome to the Sweat Bee capital of the world, Grand Park. The Colts had day 12 of training camp out here today, a more extended session as they get ready for the Packers. Shane Steichen said tomorrow is going to be a scrimmage, so we're going to see a lot more work. Today, I thought the thing that stuck out to me most was Laiatu Latu in the backfield a lot. He's a guy that you want to see finish a lot more plays this year, but what we've seen from him in the pass rush has been fairly consistent over the course of training camp.
Yeah, he's been stacking days, as they say. It kind of happened first at that night practice scrimmage, and ever since then he was flashing in Baltimore in the joint practice, and he's doing it again here. They obviously need a huge year out of him. He only had 4 sacks in 17 games last year. They wanted to beef up the secondary to give him a little better of a chance. He's been working on some power moves, but that's the thing that I take away is just how the quarterback injuries are mounting with Kenny Moore going out. We're still waiting on Jalen Jones and Juju Brents. Justin Wally's out for the year. Nick Cross is out right now with an injury. So Latu is doing what he can, and he's stepping it up, but they got to have that stuff in the back end for it to all come together.
Yeah, Kenny Moore going out today. Don't know the extent of that knee injury yet. It happened early in practice in the individual portion. You don't usually see that. Alec Pierce also left practice today. You know injuries are going to come in the middle of training camp. It's been a rough week, though, for the Colts team on that front.
Sure has. And, I mean, it looks like they avoided a scare with Anthony Richardson, who's back out there with the pinky dislocation. He's taken every rep so far, but they're mounting everywhere else. Kwity Paye was out today as well. So, yeah, it's going to happen this time of year, but, man, there's just some of the names that are going out right now, especially the way that they're just kind of combining in that pass rush secondary area. It definitely concerns you.
Richardson actually did come up a little bit limping after one play today. He stayed in the practice, so I like to say those, though, just in case it turns into something tomorrow, because sometimes that happens. Play of the day for me today, Alec Pierce on a deep ball from Anthony Richardson right away to start the practice. It was Jonathan Edwards in coverage. The ball was actually a little bit underthrown, allowed Edwards to kind of get back in a play that he'd been beaten on, but Pierce made the catch anyway.
Yeah, my play of the day is actually a throw from Daniel Jones, his first in the full field setting, where, I, among other people, have been hard on him with the deep ball. We don't see it very often. They emphasized it today, and he threw just a gorgeous one down the left sideline that Anthony Gould just dropped. So it just kind of set him back, and he wasn't able to get in a great rhythm after that. But I just think about what that drive would have looked like if they're able to hurry up there and get him in a rhythm. And it was a gorgeous throw out of Daniel Jones. It's what we need to see more of.
Colts have a scrimmage day tomorrow, and then a couple days off before the Packers get here. We're getting close to the end of camp. For the Indy Star, I'm Joel A. Erickson. This is Nate Atkins. What did you learn from your first action against another NFL team last week?
I say the game faster, just being able to make your reads faster, see the flow of the defense, learn the flow of the defense.
A lot of college systems are pretty vastly different from the pro system. How similar is this one? Like, has it been a big leap for you from K-State to Shane system?
Nah, it ain't a big leap. It's similar. At K-State, we do a lot of pro-style offense things, so it's really just been like different words and just it's really the same plays, different words.
When you get out there and get like that first NFL hit or whatever, does it feel like normal? Because you guys are like, I don't know, like teasing yourselves throughout practice. You can't really play football, but what if like just play again?
It felt good. It felt like I played a couple months ago, like everything, time is going fast, but it felt good to go back out there and play and keep practicing, have something to work on, get better at.
What's been the most difficult part of the transition in the NFL?
It's really just being patient, taking it day by day. That's all I've really been doing, so I feel like it's been going smooth.
Anything from the first game you want to change going forward that you learned?
Really everything. I got really work on everything, technique. So it ain't really one specific thing I'm thinking about. It's just getting better in every phase.
You're part of the kickoff rotation. There's a lot of change that year to year. It seems like the kickoff rules are never really the same. Has it been a challenge adjusting to how the NFL, how it does kickoff rules?
Nah, it ain't been no problem. I ain't played kickoff in college, so I wasn't really used to the old rules anyway. Yeah, so it's been smooth.
All right, thanks, DJ.
What do you see from Tanner this year?
He's doing a good job. He plays with really good technique most of the time. And he's just learning and getting better every day, coming to work with a great attitude. And I think he's doing a fine job.
Q80 last week said that you made it a point to stand up at this one of the team meetings and kind of say, hey, you should have more energy and be more celebratory towards our teammates. We've seen you throughout your career always run down the field after a big play. Why is it so important for you to, I guess, take that leadership role on and be that cheerleader for your teammates?
I just want to win games, man. And if I feel like I got to say something, I'm going to say it. So that's it.
Does that leadership come natural? You can't make leaders, can you?
I don't know, Mike.
Do you feel like that's something you embrace?
Yes.
Quenton, how have you seen Daniel Jones kind of integrate himself? You know, as a quarterback, you obviously have sort of natural leadership role, but he's new at the same time. How's he kind of integrated and taking that role?
Yeah. I think he's just done a great job of introducing himself to everyone and getting to know everyone. And he's working his tail off every day to compete, and those two are just making each other better every day. I think Anthony's having his best camp ever. I think Daniel's doing really well, and it's just awesome to see them going at it and making each other better, also rooting for each other out there, rooting for the offense's success. I think that's really big time and just great sportsmanship and stuff.
Anthony is having his best camp ever. What have you seen from him specifically that's different from these last couple of years?
I would just say his energy, his experience going into year 3, maturing, and then also what he's doing on the field with progressions and accuracy and spreading the ball around to all different guys. He's just been doing a really good job.
With some different personnel on this offensive line, this far in camp, what are your takeaways thus far of how the group's been?
It's been great. I love our group. All 14 or 15 of us. Guys just come into work and want to get better. Tony does a great job of coaching every single one of them up and making sure they're prepared and ready to go for each practice, each day, and then obviously the preseason games too. And just a great room, great guys, and seeing a lot of improvement. Saw it in OTAs and now seeing it in camp. It's never going to be perfect out there, but I think guys are doing a much better job of seeing their mistakes, learning from them, and not repeating them.
What have you seen? What have you seen from Matt as he's made the full-time move from tackle to guard?
Yeah, it's never easy. It's a tough transition, but again, like I've been saying, just his attitude and his desire to get better every day. He truly doesn't want to let himself down or any of us down, more importantly, and just really appreciate him as a teammate, the way he goes about his business. And of course for him it's not perfect out there, and he'll get chewed out, but he always finds a way to respond and get better and move on to the next day and attack the next new day. You can't live in the past, gotta move on.
What's impressed you about Tyler Goodson so far in camp?
I would just say he has really just been a great rookie. Each day he comes to work and just has his head down and he just grinds. I mean, after the first camp practice, he's in there doing bicep curls and some shrugs and triceps. What are you doing, rookie? You're trying to make me look bad, all this stuff. And then he's just been really consistent, tough. He's already shown a lot of toughness and just consistency every day. I feel you don't see the kid have a bad day, but you talk to him and he's always I could do better, and you just love to see that, someone who is humble and wants to get better each day.
Good day of work today. Obviously, the heat and stuff. I think it's really good for our guys. This bulk of training camp, these next 3 blocks are going to be big for us. Tomorrow's going to be another big day, a whole scrimmage day, and then they'll get a day off. But just the competitive endurance we need during the season, we need practices like that to get better.
We saw Kenny Moore walk off the field after it looked like an injury. Do you have an update on him?
I just heard a knee. I don't have any more for you. I just heard a knee.
What about Alec?
Alec had a growing. I think it happened in 7-on-7. I don't know how bad it is.
Are Jalen or Juju any close to getting back?
I don't have a timetable on their return either.
You saw Anthony kind of grabbing his chin or whatever after one of the periods in 11-11. Is he okay? Is he fine?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Since we're on injuries and you hate to talk about it, but Nick Cross and
Yeah.
Quiddy Pay.
Hip flexor for Nick Cross, and Quiddy Pay's dealing with the groin. Yeah.
Shane, your Green Bay plan, I know
Yeah.
it's going to be Daniel for a quarter and a half. Will
Yeah.
you change it all with Anthony?
Yeah, Daniel will start this game. He'll play a couple series, and then Anthony will finish the first half.
So the starters right with him.
Starters will play about a quarter, is the plan right now.
The offensive starters, I mean.
Offense, defensive starters, yeah.
How much does someone like JT, you don't want to do too much, but he's got to play some, doesn't he?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think there's certain guys that we'll have a plan for, but for the most part, those guys will play.
Okay.
Shane, are you seeing the progression thus far in camp from your team that you want them to be right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a day like today, like I said, the competitive endurance, right, in these hot weather practices like this, you got to battle through, right? We had some 2-minute situations, some sudden change situations, some got-to-have-it situations where they got to mentally lock in those situations because it's going to happen, in a couple weeks from now. So we got to make sure we're engaged, locked in at every situation, and especially when you're tired because that's when you make the most errors. And if you want to build that camaraderie and that freaking competitive endurance, it starts out here in training camp.
Shane, I'm sure you love the competition, but it looks to the naked eye, untrained eye, the quarterbacks are probably close in this competition still.
Yeah, they're still battling.
And so how difficult does that make your decision when it's not maybe obvious?
Yeah, I think we got a joint practice we got this week, and possibly next week, and see how all this thing plays out.
You guys lean on leaders. How do you can't make a leader? What is it with the Quenton Nelson that sort of makes him a natural leader?
Yeah, I think it's some of those guys, it's in their DNA. You know what I mean? And just his competitiveness and the way he attacks every single day, from the meeting rooms, the weight room to this, it's just how he talks to the guys, how he leads. Obviously being a veteran now, he loves the game. He loves the game, and he holds everyone to a high standard. He's all over the details, and when you got a guy that plays at the level he plays at all the time and holds guys accountable, that goes a long way.
With Tyler Warren, since you've seen him out here and then in pads, game settings, is there anything about his game that's surprised you or maybe exceeded what you already kind of thought coming in?
I mean, I think what we saw on tape, like I said, is pretty good. I think his physicalness that he brings, obviously watching him in live action, last week was phenomenal. Just the way he lowers his shoulder in the open field to get those extra tough yards, the physicality he brings to our football team is going to be phenomenal for us.
A couple more. Quentin was saying the first week or whatever, Tyler's doing weightlifting after practice or whatever. Do most rookies come in with kind of their own routine, or is that kind of unique to Tyler?
Well, I think it's some guys do have the routine, but some guys are wired like that, you know what I mean? And he's from day one since he came in after we drafted him. He was always in the building. He just lived in the building. Him and Riley were there all the time. They were walking through, doing the little things, all the little things that you want to see in a veteran. And he's been doing that since he's been here, and he'll continue to do that.
Shane, what growth have you seen from Laiatu Latu in year 2?
It's a great question. I think he's made a hell of a stride. I just think his body, obviously, he's maturing more going into year 2. The way he's getting off the ball, the way he's able to bend around the edge, his pass rush ability has been phenomenal. The way he moves, his Euro chop, speed to power, you can see the development going into year 2. So really looking forward to him.
Last one. Do you want a starter before Cincinnati? Is that kind of how you envision it?
We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see how it plays out.
What was it like to get out there for a pro game? What were your impressions of that? Is there anything you kind of learned about this level of play, just getting out there for a little bit?
Yeah, I think you just kind of learn the general feel of it, right? It's a different league with everybody's a professional, so just being out there for the first time and kind of getting that under your belt was really good for me, and just I think the team as a whole and the offense especially.
What improvements are you looking to make compared from last week to this week?
I think just kind of technique and some small things on the run game especially, but yeah, I mean really it's just learning, finding little things in the tape and trying to improve that week to week because it's coming quick with the season coming up. But yeah, just finding little things and trying to get better with those.
Who's been your biggest mentor so far?
That's a good one. I think in the tight end room, Mo playing college basketball in my area, kind of his influence has been good, but really the whole tight end room I think has been awesome since I've been here. And there's other guys in the offense like Q, but yeah, there's been a lot of great mentors so far. So I've been really fortunate to be in this spot.
Playing with 2 different quarterbacks throughout camp and first game of preseason, is there any adjustments that you feel like you make depending on who's the one out there throwing?
No, I think they're both really good quarterbacks, and they're going to put the ball where it needs to be, and it's up to me to make the play. But I don't think it's really anything you change as a player based off who's throwing you the ball.
How much can you separate yourself, what you do after the catch? I mean, there's catching the ball, and then what do you do? I mean, how big a part of your game is that?
I think for tight ends, especially being bigger bodies, being able to break tackles is kind of expected when you do get the ball. I think that's we take pride in that in our room. I think that's kind of the position in general is kind of what's expected when you do get the ball in open space.
You smile when you say that. Your coaches kind of say you like the smoke. I mean, like you don't mind contact. Fair?
No, I mean I think a lot of people don't mind contact out here if you're playing professional football now, but it is part of it. So I think it's important to embrace it, or else you're gonna deal with consequences. But yeah.
Quenton said after first couple practices out here at Rampart, he saw you doing some bicep curls or whatever afterwards. Tried to make him look bad. That was over his words, but. I guess where does that work ethic come from, and were anybody telling you what to do, or was it just like, okay, I need to be doing this on my own?
No, I think that's just kind of something I was doing on my own, but there's a bunch of guys that are usually in there after practice doing something, whether it is getting a quick lift in or getting extra recovery, stuff like that, and Q's in there every day too. So he was just trying to make me look good, but yeah, it's we spend a lot of time out here, but there's still time for us to find little things to get better at.
What's the best advice that you've received so far in your rookie season?
Best advice? That's a tough one.
Lie to the media.
No, I think honestly, it's just kind of understanding there's a lot of reps and a lot of things happening in this time. So don't linger on one thing, good or bad. Be able to move on to the next thing. You got a lot of stuff to prove, and there is a lot of reps, but you only give us so many, so making them count and not letting one bad rep turn into two.
Tyler, what's been like the biggest adjustment for you from college now to the pros?
I think overall skill of the players. Obviously, everybody's a professional, so it's really good competition. And then you do have a little more kind of time where I'm not going to classes, don't have homework to do. So just finding good stuff to do in that time and using it to be valuable, I think, has been important for me.
What gets you most excited about your role in this offense?
Just the opportunity to help the offense out and whatever that may look like. But there's it's fun playing with a lot of really good players on this offense. So being a piece of that puzzle is really cool, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to do it.
How valuable is getting those constant starter reps for you heading into your rookie season?
Yeah, I think just getting any reps I can get and any looks I can get while I'm out there is important. There's going to be a bunch of different stuff you can't plan for, but everything I can get right now is only going to help me down the season.
Tyler, with DJ in the room, how have you been able to help him adjust to the professional mode?
Most definitely. DJ, he's a dog. You know what I mean? Football's always going to be the same game. As long as you come in here and believe in yourself and believe in your capabilities, you'll always be the same player. Everything just happens to go fast because, when you come in as a first-year guy, you're learning a new system, new concepts, new playbook. So it can tend to help you play slower. But anytime DJ has any misconception or anything, he's always asking questions. He's always making sure he's trying to knows what he's doing so he can be in the right spot at the right time, making sure he's getting his assignment done. So ever since DJ has stepped in, he's always been the same guy. He might not say a bunch of words, but he's going to go on the field and play football.
It's been a busy guy out there with all the special teams work.
Yes, sir.
I guess, how do you balance all the different responsibilities there, and how do you think you've come along as a special team?
As you keep going, you keep getting many reps, your body starts to adjust. He learns to get in shape. And I take good pride in going out there and doing special teams because at the end of the day, it was helping me get my foot in the door. And I knew that ever since just being an undrafted guy, special teams was going to be my way to go to get my foot in the door, just to have some opportunities on the offensive side. So I take good pride in it. Yes, sir.
Is there anybody you lean on specifically when it comes to special teams? Okay. For example, Ashton Doolin, I talked to him about the craziness of doing that for so long.
Right.
Have you talked to him or others about, okay, what does it take to last?
Most definitely, especially my first couple reps going in there in practice and games. Me and him chopped it up. I was asking him questions like, what do you do when you in this position, or when is this call? What do you do? What does your technique look like? How? And he just told me, bro, when you go out there, just get up and run. So you ain't got to tell me nothing else. I go up there and run any day. So I went up there, ran, and as I kept going, over time I got better and better and better. And I think it shows when you look at the tape. And I'm going to continue to get better. Like I said before, I take pride in all those special team roles because this is what helped me get to where I am today.
and we talked about the running back role, which is your own position, but like how does that? What steps do you think you're taking in that regard to get better? And what difference do you think you bring to that running back room?
Yes, sir. Versatility. I think I bring a lot of versatility, not just to the running back room, but just to the team as a whole. Just with being able to play special teams and the running back. But for me, it's more about a knowledge thing. Making sure the smarter I can be, the slower the game will be. So I'm doing everything I constantly can just to get smarter. Whether that's asking what the quarterback, what this concept is, or asking the coach, like, well, what is he? Why does this guy being in that position make him do that? Just what I'm saying, just to open up my brain, just to learn the game, just to make the game slower for me. So when I'm out there, I'll be able to make plays, and it's not a problem.
What was the biggest part of your off-season program that you worked on to get better for this season?
Yes, sir. I did a lot of cardio because I know I'm gonna be out there running. A lot of cardio. I did a lot of boxing this offseason. A lot of boxing. I feel like it's gonna help me. Boxing teaches you when to punch, timing of the punch, and it gives you strength in your shoulders. So in pass protection, I'm always striking. I'm always using my hands and arms. So that's pretty much why I put my focus in, just building my upper body strength in my shoulders, just to get in there, be able to stick my nose in there, help the quarterback out, give him some time to be able to deliver the pass to the open guy.
Was the boxing translate to the field at all?
Last week maybe. Last week maybe. I might have threw my little ones and twos in there, but hey man, that's when you train, it's bound to come out one day.
Something we'll see in the joint practice?
I hope not. I'm not looking for the fight, but hey, if you start something, I'm not finna back down from it. You know what I mean? These work.
Don't go for the head with the helmet on.
Knowing that I think you're going to start in Green Bay?
Yes, sir.
If I'm not mistaken. So, like, how full circle kind of is that when you look up and you've been a couple years at it? It's like, well, I don't know where I was going to end up a couple years ago,
right.
But you're still in it.
It's very full circle, especially last year because we played them the second game of the season last year. And being able to go in there and just play on that field that I was playing on once, it's very surreal. But I'm looking forward to the competition. I had them marked on my calendar last year. I got them marked on my calendar again. To me, it's nothing like playing against a team you played before because for me, it's a chance to go show them coaches like, yeah, maybe you should have kept me. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a chip on the shoulder thing, but I'm going to go out there and have some fun and compete with those guys.